Hey guys, the Franchise Code here, and welcome to episode 1 of our MLB The Show franchise mode. I know it's a different game from Madden, but we're going to start up our second franchise mode, and it's on MLB The Show. So we're going to start new. We're going to use the saved rosters. It's the full end of the year 2019, so it has the correct end of the year from 2019 rosters, and all the minor leagues too. So for teams, again, the Red Sox are my favorite team, but I didn't really want to do my favorite team for the first franchise of the year. So again, I wanted to kind of get a middle-of-the-road team, and so I eventually decided on the San Diego Padres. They're a team with a lot of talent, a lot of young, up-and-coming talent as well. So they are a team that I think would be perfect for us to see develop. They have some stars, some guys who are young and turning into stars, so we're going to have to manage that. We're going to go ahead and get this started. We're going to turn GM contracts off because I want to stay with the same team the whole time. Everything else you can see we're going to leave how it normally is. All the settings are the same. We're going to turn everything to manual here because I like to do all of the stuff. I don't like to have the computer do tasks for me, so I'm going to turn everything to manual. And we are actually going to start at the regular season. We're not going to do this first year spring training because I don't think I need to see spring training to see who will make the roster. Welcome to the franchise. So first thing we're going to do is go and just make sure that all of the settings and options are correct. We'll start with the mode-specific ones. And I want to just make sure that everything here is on manual. Also, we're going to go and turn injuries off. Injuries are ridiculous in this game. They happen at a crazy high rate. It's always really serious injuries, and it's always your best players, which is highly frustrating. So to make this more realistic, I think, we're just going to turn injuries off. That's how I usually play it. And we're going to take a look at the team. So in the background, I'm just going to be going through position by position. So first of all, starting pitching. We have not a great rotation. Garrett Richards is our best, and he's an older guy. He was very good with the Angels, but is getting near the back end of his career, and he had that bad knee injury. We have an extremely young pitching staff. However, there's a lot of potential. As you can see, a lot of guys with A potential, which means they're going to be 90 or above, or they have the potential to be 90 or above. And a lot of guys with B potential, which means they have the potential to be 80 overall or above. And you will see me move around some players here. I'm going to probably do more of that later on. But yeah, starting pitching is someone where we're pretty solid. We don't have the high overalls, but we have a lot of guys who are going to develop into high overalls. So it's not somewhere where I'm worried about. Obviously, we have Mackenzie Gore, one of the top prospects in baseball, only 20 years old. He is a lefty, and he is going to be amazing. We also have Ryan Weathers, another high-end starting pitching prospect out of high school, 65 overall A potential. And we have Luis Patino, the international signee from Colombia. So those are three guys who are potential future stud pitchers that we have. So pitching, definitely one of our depth points. Relievers were pretty solid as well. We do have a couple older guys. Carl Edwards Jr. is great. Besides that, relievers, you don't get as many prospect relievers. Finding A or B potential relievers is more rare than finding them as starters. But overall, I'm pretty happy with our relief pitching. It's going to have to get better when we become a true World Series contender. I don't see us as a World Series contender in year one. But as we become a true World Series contender, we will get a couple of better relievers. Again, free agency, not that hard to find older, very good relievers. We also have Michael Baez, who is a very highly rated prospect. I actually think in real life he's probably going to be a starter, but the game has him as a reliever, so we're going to use him as a reliever. As you see, there's a couple other guys with a little bit of potential the further down we go. Closer, we are set for a while. Kirby Yates is an 88 overall. He's one of the best closers in baseball. B potential. as long as guys are having good seasons, they don't really start to regress that quickly. So Kirby Yates will be fine. We may look to get a young prospect guy at closer eventually. Catcher, we're also set. Austin Hedges, great defensive catcher. We also have Francisco Mejia, who is a young, future catcher for the franchise. First base is probably one of our few weak spots. Eric Hosmer's an 80 overall, so it's definitely good enough. We don't have much prospect-wise there. Second base, we're set. Luis Urias, another future face of the franchise guys prospect. He's not great now, but he will get much better. Ian Kinsler just retired in real life, so he's older. And then at third base, we have one of the best third basemen in baseball, Manny Machado. So we are set there. And shortstop, we are also set, as you'll see in a second, as we have Fernando Tatis Jr., one of, if not the most exciting young players in baseball. He's already an 80 overall, A potential. He's only 20. This guy is going to be amazing. We also have C.J. Abrams down there, who is another good prospect, probably a trade piece, though. And Xavier Edwards. So we have a lot of good talent at shortstop. So that infield overall is really good. The outfield, a little weaker. Hunter Renfroe, I know you see that A potential. He's already old enough that he probably isn't going to get quite close to there. Josh Naylor and Franchi Cordero are guys who might become solid at some point. Center field, Taylor Trammell, another top prospect. The Padres are loaded with prospects. He came over in the Yasiel Puig trade, that big 3-team trade, and Manuel Margot, both guys who could be really good in the future, both guys who we will continue to look at over time. Trammell probably has a couple years before he's major league ready. Margot, let's see how he performs at the major league level, and we can decide how we're going to go center field. And right field, we have Will Myers, not super old, but not super great either. Another place we might look to upgrade. So right now I'm just going to go through and move guys around to the right minor league teams that I want them on, and I'll come back in a second. Alright, so we'll take a look at our starting rotation for this year, going into this season. I just have to move a couple guys around here to make sure it's good, but this is going to be our rotation going into the year. It may change based on performance, but you got Chris Paddock, Garrett Richards, Joey Lucchesi, Dinelson LeMay, and Adrian Morjan. Yes, I pronounced those correctly. I watch way too much baseball. Bullpen, solid. Kirby Yates in the closer. We got Carl Edwards Jr., Craig Stammen, both solid guys. Robbie Erlin's a good lefty. So bullpen, solid enough, definitely serviceable going into the season. Lineup-wise, you're going to see me kind of flip through our different lineups, but it's going to be relatively the same. Fernando Tatis Jr. is going to lead off, with Urias hitting second. Machado will hit third. Renfroe fourth. Hosmer fifth. And Myers will hit sixth. That's going to be the same in every lineup. DH, again, we're a National League team, so we don't use DHs as much, but we're going to platoon the DH. Franchi Cordero will be the DH against righties, and against lefties, I'm going to use Ian Kinsler as the DH. However, that'll just change based on it. Also, catching-wise, we're going to have Austin Hedges is going to be our catcher. He'll hit seventh. Eighth will be either the designated hitter if we have one. If we're playing with no DH, it's Margot. Margot will hit ninth when we play with a DH, and obviously when we play without a DH, the pitchers will hit ninth. So that is our pitching rotation and lineups. Now I'm going to go through for the minor leagues, and I'm not going to show you guys all of this because it takes forever, but just basically make sure that all of our top prospects are playing enough minutes. Alright, so we went through and did all that. And I think I'm going to wrap up this video. We gave a quick overview of the team. You guys got to see the roster. In the next video, we're going to jump into this series against San Francisco. Probably not going to play any of them. Probably just going to sim the first 5 games. So, yeah, like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed. And I will see you guys in episode number 2, where we'll start the season up. Take care.